Hey Sean, what are you doing up there?
Just watching TV. You want to give me a hand with these dishes? Sure, just give me a sec.
It definitely, this movie shows that, you know, when you have good intentions and when you're truly a good person and you want something, you can get it.
Why is Langley 95.5 rating you?
Probably because I entered their contest.
I think it's fun. Like, if people have an interest in film, this is a good kind of film to do, just because it wasn't anything too complicated, but it was a good idea, and it's an interesting little story, and I think that that's the kind of thing you should strive to do if you're just gonna kind of get into it the way we approached it.
Try not to say anything or make any noise until I yell cut. Okay?
Baseball game's on.
Oh, shit!
Usually his ideas, you know, are pretty crazy, and he comes up with really elaborate plots. But this time it was more of a, I guess he wanted to keep it simple and make something more lighthearted.
I guess the best part for me was just seeing it come to a reality. So fruition, I guess, is the word. Basically, my friend Jacob dragged me to see a Queen Latifah movie called Last Holiday, and after I came out of that movie, I was basically like, I want to do a nice movie because that movie was really nice and happy, and so I kind of just sat and wrote a really short script. Didn't really pay much attention to like details and stuff like that. Just a short, nice script basically, and that's how basically everything started.
Well, essentially the movie is about two brothers, two pretty cool brothers actually.
They're really excited about this concert that's coming to town from their favorite band.
They basically come up with this big plan to raise the money.
And finally they earn the money for the concert, and then they get news that their mother lost her job.
And we're like, all right, let's do the right thing. They would have gave us money, let's give it to them.
But in the end, it all works out for the best, concert-wise.
We end up winning tickets anyway, so it all works out. Karma.
I got involved when Casey mentioned that he was starting up a movie, and I've always been a huge movie buff, and I've always wanted to see how the process worked out.
No, Casey was just, he wanted to make a movie, and I said, sure, I'll help. I'm not much of an actor, but hey, I'll hang out and help.
Casey has all sorts of ideas, and this was one of his biggest, I guess you could say. So he was looking for actors. Pretty much, I think Ryan and I were just sort of just there. He's like, hey, you guys want to do a movie? I said, yeah, sure. Okay, I'll let you know what it's about. Perfect.
Casey said he was looking for somebody to help him out with the producing aspect of the movie, so I helped him out.
Casey asked me, and I just said yes, sure. I mean, it's fun for me, and yeah, definitely anytime Casey's working on some project, I'm usually in.
Casey and the other cast and crew members are very good friends of mine, and they've done some projects in the past that I've seen and was really impressed by, and always wanted to be part of one of Casey's projects. And so I'd mentioned that to him, and I guess when he wrote the script, he found a place for me.
I knew Casey, who had written it and needed the crew, and so he asked me to help him out, and I was always happy to do stuff like this because he's always got interesting stuff to do and always fun projects. Everyone seems to have a good time, so I enjoy doing it.
Well, sorry, yeah. The key part there is that it's the last time they're gonna get. You can throw something else in, but
I gotta make sure I heard this the last time.
I heard it's the last time, or it's the last time.
That goes to the children.
Yeah, because that makes my marketing ploy line there.
I've never really done any dramatic stuff with them. It was all like documentary stuff. So I'd seen them act in another director's movie, Richie Mitchell, I think is his name, or something like that. He's a buddy of ours. I've never known his last name. I just know his first name, Richie. And basically, I saw them act, and then when I saw them act, I was like, I really want them to be in the movies, to do something dramatic with them.
My character's name was Matt, right? Yeah, we always get those two mixed up, but I was Matt. I don't know. I guess I could sort of identify a little bit.
Corey was a nightmare. No, I'm kidding. Corey was great too. I think him and Ryan were really working well together, and I think they looked like they were having a lot of fun. And yeah, Corey, he definitely he was great.
Corey's really fun to have on set because he's always making jokes, basically. He likes to improv a lot. I mean, one of our first meetings we had with Corey was like asking me, how do you feel about improving? And I was good with it because he makes everybody happy and stuff like that. In terms of his acting, Corey can pull off the serious scenes really well, which I like. Because again, he's like really joking around in real life. And it's nice to see that different dynamic when he's acting.
I mean, when Corey and I were acting this whole time, it just felt like normal. Like we were just screwing around. So you might say I've worked with Corey before.
Ryan was really great to work with. Ryan is full of energy, and he's funny, and he's spontaneous.
Ryan is awesome because he basically, he does exactly what you want him to do and takes it to a new level. Like you'll tell him, okay, I want you to do this, and he does exactly what you want, and all the other kind of nuances that he adds to the performance, they only make the performance better. I mean, they never detract from it, which is awesome.
Casey would say, okay, just kind of go with that, or you know, put your own sort of flavor to it or edge to it, and he would, and it was so funny all the time, even though it wasn't necessarily supposed to be funny. We worked out, I don't know, I thought he was great. I thought he was really, really great.
Okay, stay on that side for a while. Keep trying to kind of cram it in. Hit it a couple times. Like fist it. Okay, go sideways again. Now really get dramatic and trying to push this thing in. Like use your legs, like you're pushing the car. Smash it. Yeah, perfect. Keep doing that.
The one big thing was there was definitely a period where, if I'm not mistaken, Ryan could not say it. I can't remember what it was, but he could not nail a line, and he would screw it up over and over again. And what was it? It was the Atlantica reunion tour, if I'm not mistaken, and he kept saying Atlantica, and he was very aware that he was saying Atlantica, and still was saying Atlantica. I think even for a brief moment, I think Casey even considered changing the name of the band to Atlantica, but eventually he nailed it.
Are you nervous, Casey, first scene? I was nervous last night, like really nervous last night. I was trying to figure out a lot of things in my head. I didn't know if it was going to go well, and blah, blah. But I thought a lot about it before I went to sleep, so I think we should be good. We'll see, it's only 2 pages, so. What?
You realized who you had on crew? And you got faith in that, right? You have faith in your crew, right?
Well, I've never really done anything with sound crews and light crews, and like all the films that I've been in are pretty bush league, to tell you the truth. But
this time I actually had a crew on the film, which I usually don't have because amateur films usually don't have crews. So it was nice to actually have people actually dedicated to lighting, dedicated to sound, etc.
I did sound. I basically, okay, I'm a sound technician, but I basically just moved a mic around and made sure that that was okay. But actually, I ended up not even doing that for most of the movie. So
typical day was, well, at the beginning I would set up the lights, screwing the light bulb, or taking the light bulbs out first, and then screwing them back in, and then going and setting up the big light, the bright one.
My name is Brody COTNAM, and on the Atlantic Reunion Tour project here, I was the official script editor kind of guy, and consistency editor as well. I worked with the script, helped the guys do their lines, worked through the lines, you know, made sure it sounded good, and when we were shooting, kind of just kept an eye on what they were doing, what was in the shot, what wasn't in the shot, and made sure, you know, if we had to cut, that everything went back to the way it was at the start, you know, just keep things consistent.
Well, we tried to get rid of the shadows, and try just to have a lot of light on each of the characters.
On paper, I guess my role was to organize the meetings, the shoots, and basically set up the actors with a schedule or a timeline that would make the director, and in this case Casey's, job a lot easier.